Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Victory Lap Radio, where we talk about college football, college sports, and all the fun stuff in between. I'm Riley Jeffers, Twitter handle at Riley Jeffers. To my right, I got Michael Whitfield. Mike, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Excited about the second show.
Yep, absolutely, Andrew. And then to my left, I got Andrew Alina, Twitter handle at GivesAFac. How you doing today, GivesAFac?
I'm doing good. Got a Cold Stone in my hand once again. Can't complain.
Once again, can't beat Cold Stone. Great time to bring up the first sponsor of our podcast, Keystone Brewery. Keystone, getting teenagers drunk since 1914. Then along with that, Rock's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln Way and Main in Mishawaka, Indiana.
17th anniversary tonight.
17th anniversary for Rock's Bar and Grill in Mishawaka tonight. Originally Rock and Mike's. Mike is gone. We got Rock. That's why promo code ROCK17. Come in for 50% off all alcohol, and then use ROCK18 for 50% off food. If your waitress doesn't know, go talk to Rock directly. That will go over well. And while we're at it, first topic we're going to get into, guys, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's bowl season, baby.
It's bowl season, baby.
It is fucking bowl season. And you know what? A little secret that listeners at home might not know about. We got a little bit of a degenerate streak in us. A little bit of a gambling streak. There's no thrill like betting the under. Life's too short to bet the under also.
Always bet the over.
And always remember, good teams win. Great teams cover.
Very true.
So right now we're going to get into the first slate of bowl games. Also, you know, kind of the shitty bowl games, but you know what? Those are some fun bowl games to watch. Get you in the Christmas spirit. You know, you're probably back from school. You got nothing to do. You're hungover on a Wednesday morning. Let's watch North Texas versus Troy. Mike, why don't you kick it off? First bowl game of the year, the New Orleans Bowl.
So you got North Texas versus Troy. North Texas coming in at 9-4. Troy coming in at 10-2. The line has moved up since yesterday. Is now at 6.5. You know, for this game, I'm definitely going to have to go with Troy. They beat LSU at LSU. North Texas just got the Lane effect and got rolled last week.
All aboard the Lane train. Choo! Choo!
And, you know, after Lane bends you over, are you going to recover? Hard to tell, but I don't think they will against Troy. I got Troy 31-14, so they will cover the spread and win the game.
Well, I would have to disagree big time there, and let me tell you why. So, North Texas just did take it pretty hard from Lane there. I cannot deny that. But
a little bit.
But the one thing you forgot here is North Texas, they're 8-5 against the spread, almost resembling their 9-4 record.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
But didn't cover last week.
they did not. That's an outlier. We're gonna give that an old outlier.
FAU is almost like the Bama and the mid-majors. Like, they're beating the shit out of everybody. You know, you got Kiffin scoring
Lane is
60.
taking no prisoners.
So, I agree with
quarter
you.
given.
I agree with you on that one. North Texas at Florida Atlantic, you throw out that game. That's a bad.
Throw out the lines there.
Yeah, throw out everything there.
So with them being 8-5 against the spread, I do think Troy will win this game, 34-30.
Ooh, so
but
they
North
cover.
Texas will cover this one.
Ooh.
That's the hot take of the night.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, tiebreaker here. I'm gonna go North Texas.
Covering or winning?
I'm having North Texas covering.
And Troy wins. Okay.
I'm having North Texas win. I'm a pick'em guy until certain games. North Texas coming off that FAU game, you know that's always tough. Troy have the win versus LSU. I think that's an outlier. You know, weird games happen. It's
you know why they lost? You know why LSU lost that game?
Coach O didn't have enough cups of coffee.
Well, first off, Coach O didn't sacrifice a tiger before the game.
Go down to the bayou. Go down to the bayou and go Tigers.
This was before they were able to play "Suck Our Tiger Dick" as a band.
Yeah, you got to play neck.
So LSU won't lose again after they play neck.
Yeah,
big thing.
Troy was giving them the fucking.
We in terms of some aggressive songs, we are pro neck podcast.
Yeah, neck is huge.
For all of you that don't know what neck is, I highly advise you go to YouTube. Make sure you don't have any children in the car. The LSU band gets wild, and the student section gets rowdy as hell down in Death Valley.
Props to Odell Beckham for saying he'd pay the fine if they played it too. Props to Odell.
Well, Odell's got a lot of time on his hands.
It's the SEC, baby.
It's just different. Moving on, second game, we got Georgia State versus Western Kentucky in the Cure Bowl down in Orlando, Florida.
Wow.
I have a couple personal connections to this game, but first, Mike, why don't you start us off with your pick?
So, Georgia State fucked me in a bet earlier this year. I can't trust them. Western Kentucky's passing attack is going to be too much. I like Western Kentucky's offense. I like that coach. He was at Notre Dame last year. Thought he did a good job. So I'm gonna go with Western Kentucky, and they're covering the spread. Andrew,
Did you just say the offense from Notre Dame last year did good?
I said
Did well. We are a pro grammar podcast.
He did say did well. That's just kind of crazy that you would say that.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
My bad.
We'll give it to him.
He
But
was still the coach 2 years ago.
both teams aren't doing jack shit against the spread. 3-9, 4-7.
This is a throw that record.
Yeah, but I feel like bowl games, you got to throw what they did against and it also,
no,
I mean,
you don't, Riley.
well,
Shut
and it's
your fucking
gambling,
mouth.
so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but you look at those numbers. That's why you gamble. So here we're looking at two 6-win teams. Western Kentucky's passing attack is just way too much, as Michael said. And I think, that's just Georgia State hasn't been able to stop the pass all year. They're letting up almost 400 yards a game.
Jeez.
Not in the air, just total, but almost 3 in the air. So that's gonna just play right into Western Kentucky's hand. They win by 14 plus.
Yeah, I also have Western Kentucky winning and covering the spread at -6. Mike Sanford, head coach of Western Kentucky, very young, up-and-coming coach. Penn High School graduate, quarterback for Penn High School back in the day. His dad, Mike Sanford, a good family friend of mine. He's the defensive coordinator.
Irrelevant.
He's defense coordinator, former head coach at UNLV, coach for the San Diego Chargers. Mo Crum, friend of the program, linebackers coach, and Jamie DeBerry.
Is he really?
Yeah. Linebackers coach at Western Kentucky, and Jamie DeBerry, my former position coach at Kansas.
Hopefully Tay Forcier isn't playing.
Shout out to the homie Jamie, and congrats on your new baby. I think that's just too much firepower in the coaching booth. Along. I mean, you really can't stop that press box. But then, along with the talent they have on the field, I got Western Kentucky. I think Mike Sanford's going to win this bowl game. Have one more year at Western Kentucky. I think he's going to get a big boy job. Moving on. Two West Coast teams out there in the Las Vegas Bowl. We got Oregon, head coachless, versus Boise State. Spread is at 7.5. Oregon favorite. We'll start off with Andrew. Who you got in this game?
I think this line is just grossly wrong here.
It is high, I think.
I do not understand how
Boise's a good team,
especially with the coaching departure here. Now, some may say they're going to play harder and prove that you shouldn't have left this program. We are still a legitimate Pac-12 contender here, but I see Boise State covering this game, and I'm still up in the air on who's winning this one. Now, I do have a little bias here. I lost Ulysses on Oregon at Arizona State, so fuck Oregon and everybody who enjoys watching them. But
hey, maybe it was their head coach's fault. He's gone now.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't in the moment, like maybe Brian Kelly and his fundraisers and Jimbo and all those boys. But yeah, Oregon. I think Oregon may eke this one out, but Boise's definitely covering this one.
Mm-hmm.
See, I disagree. I think Oregon, with all their players being pissed off, I think they come out and actually play well. I think they win by 14. I think Boise's a good team, but I don't think they're old Boise. I think they're not as quick. They don't have as many good players, and I just think Oregon wins by 14 plus. And I think Taggart might regret leaving if he doesn't win quick at Florida State.
Yeah, Oregon, their head coach is gone. You see a lot of times when a head coach leaves, you almost get a surge in energy. Or it goes the other way.
It's a higher.
Yeah, it depends who the interim head coach is. One thing Oregon's got going for them, they do have a legitimate future superstar at their quarterback. Herbert, he's healthy. He came back in for him against Arizona, got him the big win, got him to 6-6.
Preseason third in the Heisman race for next year.
He's the real deal. You heard it here first. He is a legitimate talent. But again, you heard it here first. I'm taking Boise to cover, though, 7.5. I think it's a toss-up game. I think it's going to come down to the wire.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I'm with Andrew. I think Oregon might squeak it out, but I think Boise definitely covers. Still got a lot of talent up there in Idaho. A lot of potatoes keeping them strong. So that's the Las Vegas Bowl.
What a sweet bowl, though. Get
Yeah.
to Vegas.
Yeah, I'm sure those nights without curfew are a good time.
Yeah.
Let's watch, see if that money line moves. See if anybody gets arrested.
Yeah.
And then, so next bowl game we got the good old-fashioned New Mexico Bowl down in the land of enchantment, Albuquerque, New Mexico. We got Marshall versus Colorado State. Former Nick Saban disciple Mike Bobo, head coach. Colorado State's the favorite at a 6-point spread. Mike, who you got?
So Colorado State has lost 3 out of their last 4 games. I know Marshall's getting 6 points. I think Marshall wins the game. And another thing I would say is in this game, take the fucking over. I don't even care if it's 65, 70 points. Neither of these teams play defense. They tackle as if they're playing NFL players. Take the over. Marshall wins. 2-team parlay. Over and moneyline Marshall.
Ooh, that's a nice fun bet.
Yep.
That's an exciting
Andrew?
That's an exciting Tuesday night.
They may be bringing out Mega Parlay might be coming out of the woodworks with that one. So, as you said, Colorado State's lost 3 of their last 5, right?
4.
4? It's looking like 3. But Marshall has lost 4 of 5. So that's even. They're both playing not so good down the stretch here. But Marshall is 8-4 against the spread. They will cover this one as well. I just see Marshall has more to prove than Colorado State, I think. And with that being said, I think Colorado State lets up 425 per game on average. They do put up a lot of yards as well, but I think Marshall will be able to move the ball and get some things done here. I think they'll cover, but I do think Colorado State wins.
We are. Get their shit for
I think Colorado State's going to come out strong. I think Mike Bobo is a very, very good coach. I think you're going to hear him.
Where's he from?
He is. He's a Nick Saban disciple. He was the offensive coordinator at Nick Saban pre Lane Kiffin.
What a time!
Given that pedigree, I think he's going to come in here prepared. Colorado State started off the season strong. Fumbled there towards the end, losing some games. I think they're going to come out here and win, get some momentum going in next season. I think they could be a strong team going in next year, the Mountain West. Mike Bobo's a guy you're going to hear for a lot of jobs. I got Colorado State winning that game and covering versus the Sun Belt team. Conference USA, Marshall. Moving on to the Camellia Bowl down in Montgomery, Alabama. The Camellia Bowl sounds like an STD.
Well, there probably are some down there.
You never know what's down in that water.
I think we can agree top 5 worst bowl games to get invited to right here. This is. I mean, the Idaho Bowl is definitely number 1. I don't know if.
I don't know. I feel like Boise could get wild.
But like negative 20
it's the only thing there.
Maybe.
They're going to give you some free reign, potatoes everywhere. I'm a pro-carb guy.
But unless
you put me and potatoes in a room, it's going to be a good time.
But unless Boise's playing there, there's like 12 people in the stands.
I don't know. Boise's a big football town. They might fill it up.
I doubt.
Blue turf.
But back to this game.
Is it at Idaho or is it in Boise?
What do you mean? It's at Boise
State.
Boise State. It's at Boise State.
Oh, it's at Boise State.
Boise is in Idaho.
Yeah, but Idaho's in Idaho?
It's at Boise State College.
Mm-hmm.
But back to this game, Mid Tennessee State is 3-1 in their last 4 games. Arkansas State is 2-2. But Mid Tennessee State is 5-7 against the spread. Arkansas State is 7-4 against the spread. I'm taking Arkansas State and they cover. Sunbelt with another victory.
Yeah, I would say this would be my lock pick out of these slate of games. Arkansas State's Middle Tennessee had to have changed quarterbacks at some point this season, and Arkansas State just puts up disgusting numbers in the air, and Middle Tennessee State has no answer for that. So I think this one's a lock. Mark it down. Put a Ulysses on it. -3.5. Arkansas State covers and wins by. I'm going 14+ on this one here.
I'm gonna go with Middle Tennessee State here, +3.5. I think they might squeak out a win here. Get the cover, get the win. Have a good day down in Montgomery. That's all I have for the Camilla Bowl. I'm pretty much picking colors there because I think it's a toss-up in that game, truly.
Yeah.
Moving on to I think is going to be one of the more fun bowl games to watch, and it's nothing on the field, everything to do with on the sidelines. We got the Boca Raton Bowl in Boca Raton with the home team, FAU at home, favored by 22.5 points. Friend of the program, Lane Kiffin, coming in hot and heavy on the Akron Zips. Terry Bowden back in the coaching seat, but Terry, I think it's going to be a bad day for you down in Florida. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think there's much to discuss. You got Kiffin on one sideline.
Look at that tail.
FAU's been rolling. FAU by 30 plus.
Yeah.
That running back with 29 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, they feed him the rock.
And
don't touch the food.
And FAU's got a few players from Last Chance U. RIP, but, they're definitely covering.
Hey, read slow, run fast.
Exactly.
Hey.
They definitely read slow. That's why they were at Last Chance U.
Hey, you think this is an easy pick again for the spread? I mean, obviously FAU's winning here, but plus 23. Akron's 9-4 against the spread. I don't know here. I'm not sure on the... I'm still undecided on who's covering this
Akron
one.
could get a backdoor cover here.
Yeah,
they could be down 30.
That's where I see it being right around 21 to 28.
Akron scores with the fucking minute left because Terry Bowden's like, if we lose by 21.
And Kiffin can fuck around and give himself...
Kiffin, if this is a big thing, though. If Kiffin bets on FAU, they cover. If he bets on Akron...
Are you saying Kiffin bets on his
100%
his own games?
100%.
We do not know that, nor do we support head coaches betting on this game. I got FAU. I think they're going to cover. I think they're going to blow them out of the water. As much as I love some action, I just don't think they have the athletes. I think FAU's got the edge in every category, from coaching, offense, defense. You got underrated factor. You got Monty Kiffin and Lane Kiffin's brother running that defense down there.
And Art Briles' son is that offensive
Kendall
coordinator.
Briles, him and his stupid flat bill hat.
And his fucking tape on his fingers.
Yeah. It's 2 words, Devin Singletary.
You know what? Kendall Briles might get into his old pastime of covering up rapes here from his time out of Baylor, because I think...
So you're saying he's covering up this game?
I think FAU is going to wax Akron.
Should you say
I just think they got...
rape Akron?
Yeah, I think they're going to take him to the woodshed, and they might Harvey Weinstein him. Minus 22.5. I think they're going to cover. I think they're going to win. I think it's going to be a fun time down in Boca Raton with Lane Kiffin after that game. Moving on up to the Frisco Bowl in Frisco, Texas, playing at North Texas Stadium, home of the Mean Green. We got Louisiana Tech and Skip Holtz, friend of the program, taking on the head coachless SMU Mustangs. What do you got here?
So, like you said, SMU lost your coach. You never know how teams respond after that. This could be one of those games where SMU kind of throws in the towel, doesn't want to be there. Their head coach left them. But SMU has played a pretty tough schedule. I don't think Louisiana Tech has played quite that schedule. I don't think Louisiana Tech can stop SMU's offense. I think it could be a close game for the first half, but I have SMU covering the spread and winning the game.
SMU is battle-tested, and through their last 5, 3 of them, UCF, Memphis, and Navy, all playing them pretty well here. So I think they should have no problem handling Louisiana Tech. Their quarterback has 29 touchdowns. I think he'll dissect this Louisiana Tech defense with ease, and they're covering easy.
Yeah, I'm taking Louisiana Tech actually to win and cover. I think this is a big game for Skip Holtz. As a head coach, came in pretty hot at Louisiana Tech, building that program back up.
A bowl win would be big for them.
I think this is a more of a detriment for an SMU program having their head coach leave than, say, an Oregon program, because Chad Morris also called the plays. Willie Taggart didn't. That's a big power offense.
And Oregon probably has more talent than SMU does. Chad Morris definitely elevated their game.
Yeah, I think Chad Morris elevated them. And I think Skip Holtz is a good coach. I think he knows what's at play here. He's got to get his team on track, get him some bowl wins, get him some momentum. I like Louisiana Tech +5. I'm taking the South Bend boy Skip Holtz and the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs +5 and win in the Frisco Bowl, deep in the heart of Texas. Moving on to the Gasparilla Bowl. Nobody knows what the fuck that is, but it's down in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh, that's a good bowl game.
We got Temple versus the home state FIU Golden Panthers. Andrew, who you got?
Wow. Well, Here, I think it's pretty simple. I think FIU's covering this one here, but Temple will win. Temple has way more of a schedule here again. Both teams 6-6 against the spread. Nothing too much to write home about there. But Temple's ground game, I think, will prove to be too much for FIU, and I think that's what's going to end up giving Temple the victory.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think Temple wins, but FIU covers. Temple, got to say, they really turned around their season, though. When they played Notre Dame, and Notre Dame was running quarterback draws and gaining 60 yards, you're like, what the fuck? This defense can't fucking stop anything. And Temple, they won a few games. Like I said, 3-1 in their last 4. They're really playing well. I do think FIU's a little better than a +7 spread. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Temple wins, but FIU covers.
Yeah, I'm going with Temple here. I think they cover and win. I think the strength of schedule, playing in a better conference, FIU, they don't show me anything on paper. Haven't watched much film on them for obvious reasons. I'm going with the Temple Owls here. I think they get a bowl win. They improve to 7-6, get the winning season. They enjoy the strip clubs down in St. Petersburg and Tampa, because that's about all Tampa's got down there.
Shitty baseball team.
Shitty baseball team as well. Tampa, that's all you got. Hey, Tampa, how about something other than strip clubs? You might get some people to move down there.
Boring.
Moving on to the Bahamas Bowl. I think this is a bowl game all of us would love to go to. You might have 5 fans in the stands, but
you're in
I
the
don't
Bahamas,
think,
though.
Yeah, we got the Bahamas Bowl.
There's a casino right next to the Players Hotel. Let that be known.
Yeah, I mean, you're down at Atlantis.
It's legal.
Also, hey, great story here.
UAB.
The UAB Blazers. First season back.
Give it up,
coming into a
boys.
bowl game.
Give it up.
UAB Blazers, you stuck it to the Alabama alumni who tried to run you out of town. You're back in a bowl game. You're taking on the Ohio Bobcats, led by Michael Farkas at punter.
That boy makes plays.
Ohio favored by 7.5 points. Michael, who you got in this game?
I think UAB wins this game. 8-4,
Woo!
An emotional season for them. Their first season back. I think they ride that coaster and they win. They win the Bahamas Bowl. They enjoy their time in the Bahamas Bowl, and they win by, I'd say, 7 or 10 points.
Yeah, I think UAB is going to enjoy their time a little too much down in that Bahamas Bowl, and that's what's going to lead the Bobcats to victory. UAB does cover, but I think Farkas has a huge punt late in the game.
Field goal.
Huge punt late in the game.
Maybe he can throw another 2-point conversion. I'm going with Ohio here, -7.5. I'm taking them to cover and win. Nathan Rourke, quarterback for the Ohio Bobcats, product of Fort Scott Community College out in Kansas. Shout out Cale Pick, head coach out there. How about this for a crazy stat line? Saw this online today. Nathan Rourke, the sophomore, through their sophomore seasons compared to Michael Vick, when he was at Virginia Tech in his sophomore seasons. More total yards, outscoring him with 37 touchdowns to 16 touchdowns, and a better quarterback percentage. Those are some stats, boys.
But unless
Games played. Give me games played.
unless in the future Ohio's quarterback plans on having dogfights, don't compare him to Michael.
Well, you know what? I don't think this game's going to be much of a dogfight, and that's a good thing for Ohio. I think Frank Solis, most underrated head coach in all of college football. I think he gets overlooked. I think he keeps rolling. I think this program keeps building. I got Ohio -7.5, covering and winning. They're going to enjoy their times at Atlantis in the Bahamas. Drinking age 18, freshmen, have a good old time. Grab yourself a Keystone.
It's legal over there.
Then moving on, we got the famous Idaho Potato Bowl up in Boise, playing on the blue turf. You got the big cowboy, Josh Allen at Wyoming, taking on Central Michigan Chippewas. It's a pick'em game. It's a 1-point spread. Michael, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Chippewas.
Wow!
I think the Chippewas are gonna win. Coach B up in Mount Pleasant, he will sleep with the trophy after this game, and he's going to be energetic as always. Who knows why? He's playing in the fucking Idaho Bowl, but he will be energetic. I don't think Josh Allen takes this game too seriously.
He might not even play.
I think, he might not even play. I think he's going to go. If he does play, he's going to go out there trying to not get hurt. He's already a first-round draft pick. He's already got strippers lined up for the NFL draft. He's got all that lined up. So I'm going Central Michigan winning this game.
Central Michigan, their last 5 games, they are red hot. Not a single loss there. Central, against the spread, also 8-4. Those are the keys here. Central's winning in a pick'em.
Yeah, I threw a lot of money on Wyoming this year. Actually, shout out Old Rokuzi, friend of the program. We were on the Wyoming Cowboy train for a while, run quite a bit of money there. Josh Allen, he's a farm boy from Fresno. I don't think he's got a big head like that. I think he's going to come in here. He wants to win this bowl game for a program he really helped build up. I think the big arm gunslinger, and he is a gunslinger, very Brett Favre-esque. I think he's coming in here to put an exclamation point on his college career. I think Wyoming goes in to Idaho with a lot of hometown favorites in there, and they go in there and get the dub and cover. 1 point spread, tough not if you're going to win, tough not to cover there. I got the Cowboys up in Potato Land.
Now, we may have some inside sources here that CMU may not want to be at this bowl game.
Yeah, Anthony Rice used to play there. He said spoke to a few people.
We don't want to name names, but Anthony Rice
He
did
said
say
he spoke to a few people, and Central doesn't want to play.
And I'm still picking them.
But I think Coach B, man, he's just too.
He'll get them. He'll
much
make
of a
them want to
guy,
play.
yeah.
He'll make them want to play.
He'll go play if he has to.
And that does it for our first group of Pick'em games. We will be back next week to pick the next round of bowl games. Don't wait. We're going to get to the maybe more interesting, maybe more high-ranking games at a later date. Come back to Victory Lap Radio for that. In the meantime, moving on. Boys, we just talked about it a couple days ago how crazy this Tennessee job was. In the meantime, while we were off air, Tennessee steps in down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and plucks their defense coordinator, Jeremy Pruitt, out of his job there, giving him the reins of a very traditional powered Tennessee program. Boys, how do you think Jeremy Pruitt is going to fare as the head coach of Tennessee?
That's tough.
See, I think this is honestly a laughable hire. Not because of Jeremy Pruitt, because Tennessee's like, you know what? We can't get any fucking coach. No one wants to come here. We're not getting a head coach. What are we going to do? We're just going to go pull someone from Saban and think we're going to emulate Saban down there.
I don't know that.
I do think Jeremy Pruitt's a good coach, but I do think it will take him a while. Will Tennessee be patient enough to allow him to get his own guys in there, allow him to get everything?
It's all about him getting the right people in
But
there.
I just think they're trying too much with the whole, we're just going to go after a Saban guy. I think, like I said, Jeremy Pruitt, great coach. Just don't understand the hire so much.
I don't know if it's a Saban thing as who's the best option here. You're obviously not going to get a head coach.
Kevin Steele, maybe.
Jeremy Pruitt obviously has run some great defenses here in the past couple of years. Jeremy Pruitt, background for all our listeners out there, won a national championship as a defense coordinator with Florida State under Jimbo Fisher.
Went to the national title last year.
Also went to the national title last year with Alabama.
He is coaching in the playoffs this year.
Fun fact about Jeremy Pruitt, he was the defensive coordinator for the Hoover High School Buccaneers back in 2005, 2006.
Wow. You're unfamiliar? It's a two-a-days show.
They were the team featured on MTV two-a-days. I recommend you go watch those on MTV. Phenomenal programming. Jeremy Pruitt, great coach. I think it's going to come down to is this Nick Saban disciple going to be Jim McElwain at Florida, or is he going to be Kirby Smart at Georgia? I
think Kirby Smart almost broke the mold though, because second year he's in the college playoffs. That's tough hype to live up to.
Yeah, I don't think they're expecting that at all. But I do think Jeremy Pruitt, if he's going to be a good head coach, obviously he's going to have to show it here. There's talks out there that they're going to get Hugh Freeze, the former disgraced Ole Miss head coach, who is a great offensive mind and a phenomenal recruiter with a deep checkbook.
They did hire. Well, we all know Hugh Freeze definitely pays guys, so Tennessee will start getting recruits.
It looks like
if Hugh Freeze is going
donors
there,
bust out the checkbook.
But
they keep it in the region. Come on.
But they already started getting their staff together. They just got USC's quarterback coach.
Oh, T. Martin?
Yes.
Yeah. Tennessee alumni won a national championship.
No, that's their OC.
Oh, they got the
quarterback coach.
Gotcha.
They didn't interview T. Martin for the job, which I was a little surprised about. OC at USC had a good
very
offenses,
natural fit.
But I think for Tennessee, the way this coaching search was going, I think it is for them. It's a good hire. I don't know if it will work out though.
Yeah. It's not something that's going to show promise right away. I don't think, like Michael was saying, I think it's going to take a few years for them to even really get on any radars. I think he can get them back to bowl eligible. No less.
Yeah,
but-
see,
that's better.
I disagree with you there. I think of all the SEC jobs you're stepping into, being in the SEC East is critical here. You have,
That is true.
You have
That is
Florida,
true.
so obviously Georgia's at the top of the heap in the SEC East right now.
But right now,
other
you
than
said Georgia.
other than that, who do you got? Missouri, they're trying to get back. Kentucky, I don't think is a contender yet. South Carolina, I don't think is a true contender. Florida, obviously a lot of question marks. I think they're going to be good with Dan Mullen. But I think if you're looking at jobs coming into with Tennessee, despite everything they've gone through, this is a job. If you get the pieces in play, you can get to a 7-5, 8-4
But
level, which I think starting off
No
will please
question
a lot
about
of
it,
people.
though.
Yeah.
If he turns Tennessee around, Tennessee is they're a
They're,
football school.
they're thirsty for success.
Like, they want
they're coming,
success,
They're coming
so-
off. They're coming off a year where they were in the top 10 for a good half of the
yeah,
first
I do
season
think there's some decent talent
with
in
Josh
Tennessee.
Dobbs.
two
Yeah,
Two
last
years
year,
ago.
coming off the year before this one. Yeah.
2 years ago.
But this year, yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
But
We'll
this
fix that
year,
in
this year
editing.
they beat Georgia Tech. Everyone thinks they're going to have a decent year. Last year they had Josh Dobbs. They won, I think, their first 4 games or whatever.
Well, I think
just-
let's get something straight. I think Josh Dobbs had success because we can all agree he's an alien, right? He's not actually a human being. I mean,
He's an astronaut.
take one look at that guy. He's from Mars. He's from somewhere.
He doesn't look normal. That's
yeah,
for
he's
sure.
got something going on. He might.
But, like you said, I think
those
NSA
crazy plays they were making.
the NSA. If you're listening, let's look into Josh Dobbs.
I haven't heard from him in a while, so who knows where he's at? He could be
He's
up in
in
space.
space.
He could be up in space.
I mean, yeah, one, he looks like an alien. He looked like an alien, still does. Was into the whole NASA nautical engineering degree. I mean, that's got aliens written all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay
Phone
woke.
home.
Stay woke, Victory Lap listeners.
Look out for him. If you see him, let him know that the NASA's looking for him.
Yeah.
or-
This would have been a lot more relatable if we did this podcast
Last
2 years
year,
ago. But yeah, I think Jeremy Pruitt, despite everything going on, good hire for Tennessee. I think the first thing he's got to do is get the fan base in check.
I think anybody with a coaching pedigree could get them back to where they once like a 6-7 win team. I don't think this is a great hire.
But at
it
this,
is what it
but
is.
at this
It's
point for
whatever.
Tennessee, 6-7 wins is almost a positive.
Yeah, I
But
think you got to get back
any
to a
of the
bowl game.
first 8 people that they were going to take would get them back to that level. So.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
with everything going on, you're not going to get
but
somebody
then
like
again,
that.
they struck out so much, and they still get the defensive coordinator Alabama.
Yeah,
so it's almost like
this
Yeah.
could end up being an amazing hire, or it's going to be
I don't see
Derek
it.
Dooley
I don't
all
see it.
over again.
I just don't see it.
But like I said, Tennessee, the way it was going, I think to get Jeremy Pruitt is good on their
Yes,
part.
yes,
because
yes,
the
okay,
way
I
this
agree
was
with
going,
that.
that's what I'm saying. The way this was going, this was terrible. Everyone was
kinda
Tennessee's a
surprised that
laughing stock. He took it.
Kind of
Yes.
surprised he
Yes.
even wasted his time
But-
with that. But like you said, easy SEC East right now. Everybody that's normal powerhouse is in a rebuilding,
And-
other than Georgia.
And it's
so.
like Tennessee, like it's not like Missouri. If you get good
Yeah.
at Tennessee, dude, you like there's a lot of things
Recruits
you
are
can do.
falling in,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. There's a lot of
It's
things
not-
you can do at
yeah,
Tennessee.
it's-
If you get the fan base behind them, like that play Rocky Top.
The question is
good
how-
old Rocky Top, great fucking
the
song.
question is, how
I
long are
mean,
they giving him?
that's huge.
Oh
Patience
yeah,
is huge in this
no,
situation.
I don't think.
It's not
Given
gonna-
the circumstances, new AD Phil Fulmer, football guy.
Wade Phillips.
He
Phillips.
understands what it takes to build a program, but also is he going to get impatient because he knows what
He's a
success looks like?
douchebag, a
Is
fat
it going to be?
douchebag.
Is it,
He'll show Bobo around these barbecue joints. He's going to like the town.
Now, will Phil Fulmer get pissed that he won't have a radio talk show now? Because, he had these 2 weeks where he had a radio talk show because he was acting like the acting head coach right now. So, who knows? Bad blood, maybe.
we
But-
shall see. We shall see. We shall see.
We shall see, baby.
Other than that, Tennessee job, obviously the big news. I think that does it for the second second podcast of Victory Lap Radio. Mike, final thoughts?
I like you. We were just talking about the Tennessee job. I would like to see how it turns out. I'd like to see how Jeremy Pruitt does. I like to see how patient Tennessee is with them. I also think that he walked into a situation that could be good for him, but like I said, we shall see. FAU rolls. Big take from this. FAU, Lane Kiffin, nothing stopping them. 3 years, they're the non-Power 5 team to make a New Year's Six bowl game. 2-3 years.
Let's see if he stays
Wow.
there that long.
Yeah.
Also,
that's-
Ball State, big dub the other night against the Irish.
Yeah, bad luck. Bad luck for Dirty Mike and the boys.
Wow. I don't know about that's luck, but
Andrew,
it's something.
final thoughts?
Yeah. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion. Do either of you have a lock for our degenerate gambler listeners in this?
A lock. My lock would have to be
Take a quick peek.
FAU.
FAU, is that your
Dude,
lock?
I think
Plus
FA
22. Or
FAU's
minus
winning
22.
by 30.
Wow.
It's a
Yeah.
home game
Wow.
for them.
I don't think
It
Home
anybody
game.
happens.
has.
9-4 against the spread.
Home
That's
game.
a hot take right there. But
Home game.
final
That's my
takes.
lock.
My lock is Arkansas State minus 3.5.
That's a good one.
And other than that, I think we already kind of hit the Tennessee job. I think only time will tell. Good hire for them, but I don't know if it's such a glamorous thing anymore. If he gets them back to where they were, hey, good for him. But I just don't know. Riles, what do you got?
Yeah, final thoughts. If I had to have a lock, I'd go FAU too. I mean, it's the lane train,
Douchebag
man.
be your own.
All aboard. All
Just
aboard.
couldn't think of his own.
Final thoughts. Give us some feedback. We're new to this. We are always open to corrective criticism. Unless you're wrong, then go fuck yourself. Like, subscribe, share all these podcasts. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, all at Victory Lap Radio. That's traditional
No,
Victory Lap
Media.
No.
Victory Lap Media. Correction.
Dumb ass.
We'll cut this. We'll have our intern cut this. Zach, fix it. Fucking fix this. Fix
But
it.
follow us at Victory Lap Media. Appreciate everyone listening again.
We have one thing to ask, too, the comment question of each episode. Do you think the hire of
Jeremy Pruitt.
Pruitt is a good one? Yes or no? Tell us why. We'll interact with y'all.
Leave it in the comment section. We will reply to your comments in our next episode. See you guys next week. Signing off for now, Riley Jeffers,
The champ
the champ,
and Mega Parlay.
and Mega Parlay Michael. Signing off. Talk to you guys next time at Victory Lap Radio. Love you guys.